Hello, welcome back to the channel. Going to be a quicker video today. I have the Penn State flu. It has been aptly noted that I was in Penn State this past weekend, State College, Pennsylvania, to be more specific, watching Michigan take on the Penn State Nittany Lions and defeat them in one of the one of the best games I've seen in a long time in person, and probably like a top 5 Harbaugh era win, I would say for sure. Especially the way it was done with all the adversity against this team and everything like that. Obviously, I mean, the emotion was pretty well summed up by Shrummore after the game, which a lot of people are very mad about. But we'll just get right into the top 25. Not much word to be recapped. I know I'm late on this video. Had a lot going on. You can probably hear my voice that I'm a little bit off. So 25, Arizona took care of business against Colorado. 24, Fresno State. 23, Iowa. They did what? They beat Rutgers, I think like 25-22 to nothing, something like that. So, shutting out another opponent that's big. Bowl eligible Rutgers, by the way. We had OK State getting smoked by UCF. Air Force at 21. 20s Utah. We'll talk about those games later. If your game's in it, and if you're going to be an opponent is up later in the rankings. I'll talk about that game in a minute. 19, Tennessee, 18, Oklahoma. They took care of West Virginia. 17 was Tulane. They beat Tulsa, I believe, for like 2. LSU took care of Florida. James Madison won again. Potentially going to be bowl eligible. We'll see what happens. I'm sure Zach will mention on the podcast later this week. Penn State 14. Ole Miss 13. Missouri 12. Obviously, Missouri killed Tennessee in pretty much every aspect. I don't even know if many people saw this coming. I know that they were technically an underdog at home, and it was like 2.5 points. Very impressive win for Eli Drinkwitz and the boys. And they got a lot of momentum going forward, and they could end up being a New Year's Six team or New Year's Six bowl game team. I would not be surprised that end up happening with some of the people in front of them probably falling off, and obviously them being higher in the regular rankings as opposed to mine. Liberty at 11. That's another probably New Year's Six bowl team as well, as long as they don't mess that up. Or if James Madison gets in, maybe they'll put Tulane over to Liberty. Who knows? I think Liberty should go in, man. They're 12-0. Would actually be 13-0 after they take care of business against New Mexico State. 10, Oregon State. Very interesting 2 games coming up against Washington and Oregon to end the year. They could really throw a wrench in this playoff plans. Louisville took care of business on Thursday against Virginia Tech. Really close game until the end. They ended up winning by 7, I believe, on a late touchdown. But yeah, good for Louisville taking care of business. It would have been really crazy if they screwed that up alone. But again, New Year's Six bowl in their potential future. Texas at 8, gained Quinn Ewers, ended up beating TCU. The Horned Frogs and the Hypnotoads were not enough for them. But they ended up losing their running back, I think Brooks, right? Jonathan Brooks, I believe, to an ACL injury, so he's out for the season. Ohio State at 7, 38-3 over little brother Michigan State. Only 3-0 in the second half, kind of interesting. But Marvin Harrison did his thing as always. Washington at 6 took care of business against Utah. Had one of the craziest fumble returns. I think a pick 6 or a fumble return. The guy dropped it at the 2-yard line while he was trying to go in to celebrate. Crazy stuff. At 5, we have Oregon took care of business against USC. Really close at the end, actually. USC kind of turned it on, make it closer than it was. But, you kind of see that with a team like them, trying to keep it close. Florida State, they played Miami and they won by 7. I think it was 27-20, I believe. I caught the end of that game at the bar. And then Alabama dismantled Kentucky in every way and aspect. Jalen Milroe, one of the best players in America right now. Michigan did their thing against Penn State. I'll do a full Michigan recap of what's going on with them and the basketball team and how good the basketball team's doing. Beat St. John's last night. Let's go. And we'll talk about that probably tomorrow, maybe. So probably should be a Wednesday night video potentially if I get my ducks in a row. And then finally, Georgia murdered Ole Miss. My goodness. 52-14, I believe. No, 52-17. Yeah. I mean, the first game in a long time we've had a healthy Ladd McConkey and a healthy Brock Bowers, and very much showed. Let alone that I think they averaged 10 yards a carry on the ground, something crazy like that. Deshaun Edwards had his best game as a Bulldog. They're a wagon, and I would say I kind of was talking about this earlier. Alabama, Michigan, and Georgia are really in their tier alone above everyone else, I think. And thankfully, only one of the two is going to get in, and potentially neither. Because think about this one. Undefeated Michigan, or Ohio State for argument, undefeated Washington, undefeated Florida State. Who's the last team to get in if Alabama beats Georgia? Would it be Alabama, Georgia, or Texas? Let me know down below what you think. Yeah, I think that's kind of all I have for this video. I know it's a quick video and not much going on, but yeah, that's just I want to get this out quickly. I know I've been behind on the videos, making some hype videos and things like that. But we should have a good BCS podcast this week before we get into Ohio State week. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. So hopefully you guys are sticking around. Come up on the 1 year anniversary of the channel soon. I think we got another month until then, but yeah, thank you for all the support. I know I'm ahead of schedule. I want to be monetized by Christmas. We're already monetized now. So yeah, we just need to get the views up. So send it to all your friends. Make sure you watch on multiple accounts. But yeah, just like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.